having that kind of problem. Michigan's not really having, well, Michigan is, but North Dakota's not having that kind of problem. Hi there, you're on the hotline. Good afternoon.
Well, Joe, I'm not eating shrimp down here, really.
I bet they're big enough to choke a horse. You having sea bass, right?
No sea bass here either.
Well, then what la-di-da luncheon are you having today?
Just chicken.
Oh, well.
These are tough times.
They must be. They must be. Is it chicken cordon bleu?
No, it was just chicken.
Okay.
Again, it's some kind of rice thing.
So,
helping us watch our weight.
So what can you report to us from the Conference of Mayors?
Well, first of all, it's very windy down here. Not just the speaking, but the climate as well. No snow. It's partly sunny. What's it doing up there? Still snowing?
It's tapering off. Snow's pretty well tapered off.
Did we get quite a bit this morning, or?
No, most of it was blown up on top of Tug Hill. We've got a couple fender-bender accidents out of town. The city got maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Outside of town a little bit more, but the wind has been the factor.
Because when I left at around 5 this morning, it was a pretty good amount of snow down Copenhagen to Lowville, then it quit by Boonville. The rest of the drive wasn't that bad.
Okay, so besides eating chicken and talking about the weather, what's going on at the New York State Conference of Mayors?
Well, the usual discussion. You've got, you always hear from some of the state leadership. Senator Smith spoke this morning. The state comptroller, Schumer, was here again. I've seen him twice in a week now. Basically talking about the details on that stimulus package. I think Governor Patterson's supposed to speak to the group later today. So part of it's just hearing from the powers that be, and obviously there's various seminars on this and that.
So are you getting any kind of sense of the mood of the mayors of the state? I mean, are they happy with the governor's budget proposals? Do you think that's a step in the right direction? Are they disgruntled at some of these additional taxes and fees? Are they, unhappy?
As one person pointed out, I mean, even coverage and discussion on the state budget's been so overshadowed by the national dialogue about the stimulus and mortgage bailouts and all of that. So there really hasn't been much said. Now, I think in the coming weeks that'll come into focus, but I think most people are of the opinion that it's going to be a difficult year, and have sort of just come to terms with that, and really aren't looking so much to Albany for anything.
So, if they're not looking to Albany for any kind of financial assistance, would they be looking to Albany to get off their back? To not impose additional fees and burdens upon the residents of their cities, to not make life more miserable for their people?
But that's a great tradition in New York, so that probably will continue. Although I was encouraged to hear the new Senate Majority Leader talk in those terms. He was very, it seems like it's an ironic shift. Nowadays it's the Democratic leadership, since they're in charge, are having to be the ones that are more candid on budget matters, and he talked about getting rid of regulations and mandates and all of that. So, it's good to hear they're talking about that. What happens, who knows? But I don't want to say that nobody here is looking for money. Obviously they are, but I think there's interest in this stimulus program as to how that trickles down through the state to localities and all of that. So there is interest there. But as far as arguing for more state aid, I think most people know that's likely not coming. You're better. Best you can hope for is to stay where you are.
Have any of the mayors expressed umbrage at the President of the United States, saying he's going to call them out if they don't spend that stimulus money according to the way he wants them to?
Well, I doubt he would even know if there was some kind of malfeasance in the kind of villages and cities that are attending this. I think President Obama made the remarks at the U.S. Conference of Mayors. That's where the Bloombergs and Dailies go, and I don't know about umbrage. I just sort of rolled my eyes when he said that. I said, yeah, sure. That isn't likely to happen, since it's many of those mayors who put him in office. So, no, I don't. But I haven't heard anyone take umbrage, whatever that is.
Now, are you going to be attending any seminars or working sessions this afternoon, or are you strictly socializing?
Well, I'd like to think I've been working all day. No, I'm attending the seminars today, and actually it's not all that much socializing. Much to hang around and stay overnight, but due to the constraints this year, I just made it a one down and back day trip.
Well, so we had Karen Delmonico on earlier from the Chamber of Commerce, and she made an observation that you don't go on vacation. Now, when's the last time you actually went on a vacation where you might go lay on the beach or, just have a honest-to-goodness vacation? When's the last time you did that?
I don't want to lay on the beach for fear they'll try to roll me back into the water. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of, isn't that my own business? Not to be rude, but,
Well, I mean, all work and no play, and everybody talks about the benefits of, a little relaxation and everything.
Yeah, well, that's true, but I find reward in working, and I like doing it. And, to me, representing folks down here at something like this, I don't want to call it a vacation, but it's the kind of thing I enjoy. I would rather be involved in this than I would sitting on a beach.
Well, okay, all right, then I guess I can't interest you in a timeshare.
No, not at all. What else did you talk about me?
No, that was it. That was it right there, although it was all in complimentary terms. I will say, it was all very complimentary.
Well, that's good. Karen's a lovely person.
Yes, she is. And they're really looking forward. They did bring up something interesting. When Al Straper was in, we were talking about the national meeting, this gloom and doom picture and everything, and how it does kind of distort our perception of our own backyard, because when you look back in 1991, unemployment was 11%. All through the 90s, we were pretty much in double-digit unemployment.
I mean, there are issues out there, and certainly in some parts of the country the issues are greater than others, but I don't know how responsible it is to constantly be running the country down as if it's, there's got to be some real changes in the way things are done, and as far as how government operates, and maybe in people's lifestyles as well, but, I don't think it's as bad as some would have us believe, or at least the chattering class. When you look at the media, they talk about banks failing and everything like that. I mean, how does it feel if you're president of a local bank? And all the dialogue is how all these banks are going down the tubes and so on. I doubt that's the case with any of the fine local banks we have, Watertown Savings or any of the others, but, that's the kind of dialogue you hear on a national level, and I think that kind of negativism, talk about nattering nabobs of negativism. Boy, we got them in Washington now.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I had hoped for change. Well, listen, we're going to let you get back to your chicken before it gets cold.
I will, and thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Now, are you staying down there for dinner tonight? Is there some big, dinner planned for this evening?
No, I've got to meet with our local delegation at their offices late afternoon, then I'll be headed out.
Well, drive carefully, watch out for deer.
I will.
Okay, thank you very much for calling the hotline, Mr. Mayor.
All right, bye now.
Bye now. And, of course, the host of the hotline and the mayor of the mayor of the city of Watertown, the Honorable Jeff Graham. I'm stunned that he's eating, just chicken, that they didn't do the big shrimp spread. You fooled me. 755-1240, that's the number if you want to pop in on anything. We've got a couple of minutes left. Before we do that, I've got to help pay the bills here at this community.